We're very happy to be able to share this very important time with Tyrese and his family. We're grateful to have our friends from the media that are here. Kevin Williams is here from WOBM. We're graced by the presence of the Star Ledger, Pat Lonnie, and as well as the Lakewood School. And they become a very important part because we see things happen like this because they have given the coverage. They've let people know about the kids that we have that are doing positive things, such as Tyrese. And what Tyrese is here for today is to let his intent to be known publicly where he's going to further his education. We're very happy for the family being here. His aunts are here, his parents. We are going to give them an opportunity to say a few things after we find out the answer to the question that everybody wants to know. And I'd like to know myself. So we're really going to move out of the way. We want to really show respect to the superintendent, Laura Winters, and the president of the Board of Education, Mr. Fink being with us, as well as Principal Stewart. And again, teachers that have come down, classmates, coaches who've done a great job to help steer Tyrese in the right direction. We're all excited for you, and we're just waiting to hear what the word is. So without any further ado, we're going to allow Tyrese to give us the answer to where he's going to continue his education.
First of all, I'm gonna have to thank my mother and the school, you know, everybody that was behind me. Because without y'all, I wouldn't be here. Also, I thank him very much because it was one point in time where I was going to stop playing football, you know, just stick with basketball. He pushed me to keep staying playing football, and that helped me out. I wouldn't be here without that, you know. So I thank everybody that supported me, and I appreciate everything. To answer all y'all questions, I will be attending Stony Brook.
Why don't you sign that letter first? There's going to be some excited people in Stony Brook. They're getting a great guy.
Any questions?
Absolutely. We are led to believe that your choice came down to Stony Brook and Delaware. Is that true? Were those your final two, and why Stony Brook?
Yes, because, well, both of the schools were good schools, you know. I took my visit at Delaware, and I kind of made an early decision because I was pressured. But after it was a coaching change at Delaware, and then I took my visit to Stony Brook, and I liked the campus. I liked the people that was there. The coaches were friendly, you know. And it was also because of my host, you know, Jaheim. I felt, you know, connection as soon as I got there.
How was your ride on the Long Island Expressway?
It was long. It was
He doesn't have to travel as much as I do.
You talked about Jaheim a little bit. What was sort of your relationship with him, both as two standout quarterbacks with a lot of athleticism?
Well, I was told that we would be playing on the same side of the defensive side, you know. I grew up playing against him. Now I get the chance to play with him, and that's a privilege, you know, because he's a good player.
Are you going there as a defensive back?
Yes, as a safety.
Safety. What were the other schools? Were there other schools that you strongly considered before narrowing it down to the two?
Well, at one point in time, I was thinking about Navy. You know, I had to think real hard into that, but I guess that wasn't something I was into.
What sort of traits and abilities do you bring with you to the next level?
Well, I'm gonna play my all. You know, I felt I was a little under recruited this year, but you know, wherever I go, I'm gonna make the coach satisfied. Play my heart out.
I think part of that was because you were a little ill in the beginning of the year. You missed a little bit of time. Do you think that kind of hurt your recruitment anyway?
You know, I'm not even sure. You know. Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean to cut his legs out from underneath him. The reason I think he was under-recruited, and you know, as being a Lakewood person, I feel I have the right to say this, you know. As today is a very glorious day, if you look in the room right now, I plan to do this again for the next year and the year after that. I mean, this should be a recurring theme here at Lakewood, a kid signing a national letter of intent. And I just think the stigma and the 0-33 and the losing streak and the type of bad publicity that we get, you know, that in the papers where if something goes wrong in Lakewood, they're quick to come here. But how many people are here right now? Only people that really care. Where you got a kid who's probably the best in basketball and the best in football in the short conference. Not to mention he's on the National Honor Society. So I think that if he was to come out and say maybe 3 years from Lakewood, you'd be having Iowa, Nebraska, all these other schools coming in. And again, I mean, you guys are professionals at this. If he goes to Don Bosco, he starts at Don Bosco at safety. I don't think there's a place in the state of New Jersey that he doesn't start at safety. I mean, we asked him to do, everything but take the water out to the kids. And he did it. Where at these other programs, these kids, they go one way and they only rest. And like you hinted to about his health, the only reason that he didn't play is because he was so dehydrated that he left everything on the field at the freehold game. Where other kids, they only play one way, they're refreshed. So I mean, under-recruited, absolutely. I mean, but at the same time, Tyrese had to start plenty of times. He's a great player, and don't be shocked if you guys don't see him on Sundays. At this day and age, if you're good enough to go, you're good enough to go. And, he wherever he goes, if you put him on Alabama, he wouldn't have been the worst player on the team. So, I mean, at Stony Brook, they know they got to steal. I mean, the Delaware coach, as quiet as kept, up till, let's say, about another couple hours ago, Rutgers was going to offer. So it's not like he doesn't have the talent to play at the next level. It's just that Stony Brook's been very loyal to him, and they've been here since his junior year, where other people kind of, fly by wind. So I think that had a lot to do with it too.
Do you know when you have to report up there? Do you have any idea?
Well, I prefer the second session of the summer semester, so I get a head start.
So you'll have a short summer here.
Yes.
He wants to get there early. He wants to learn, basically just a scheme, and so forth like that. Because he's projected. I'll just say he's projected to play at an early age. Nothing said in stone. He's got to work hard, but he's got a good chance to compete and play next year.
I would like to say, Tyrese, Coach Brown had you since you were a freshman. What would you tell your peers when all the critics always think that this can't be done? I'm a Lakewood product, and I'm happy to see you. I'm happy for the family, mom, good former teammate Lauren Jackson, as well as aunts. What would you tell your teammates and your peers in this room about getting to what they got to do to get to where you're at right now, Tyrese?
You gotta work hard. You gotta overcome what other people are saying about you. Like me, when I grew up, I learned from other people's mistakes. I seen all the talent going to waste because people didn't have the grades. So I capitalized on working on my grades other than just working on my sports. That's what you gotta do.
You kind of feel like you're the guy that helped turn the whole image of the program around?
Well, I'm not gonna take that credit. It was my teammates too. They helped me out.
But you were part of it.
Yeah, I'm proud of that.
How do you sort of take that Lakewood legacy and transform it on the next level? You've got a great foundation here. You've maybe helped start, a successful program like you've alluded to. How do you sort of transform that onto the next level?
Well, I believe, Lou, so wherever I go, they're gonna know good players come out of Lakewood, So, can't wait.
Are you glad it's over?
Yeah. Stressful, but worth it.
And like we said, in this point in his decision, there's no bad decision. He's had a number of offers. I think last time I checked, he had 14 schools that offered him. So he had a whole bunch of offers and a lot of places where he could have, put his talents to use. And again, being the kid that Tyrese is, loyalty and certain aspects that Stony Brook held was the main key factor in this decision.
Any idea what you want to major in?
Somewhere from business to computers or something like that. I'm pretty sure. I was told that it's the average people change their minds, so I don't know.
When I went to college, Tyrese, I was a plant biology major.
He wanted to be an engineer. I had to tell him, whoa, man.
It happened.
I'll tell you one person very happy in here besides the parents. And that's Coach Holmes.
light of the situation, I thought you was going to Delaware. The one game that we lost this year, you went to Delaware. I hope that you went to Delaware. But you know, Tyrese, we're all proud of you. And it's because your hard work, dedication, and your humbleness as an athlete, you know, really got where you are right now. So, really proud of you.
Tyrese, I'll tell you this, I do business with Stony Brook in the softball end of the business. You picked the perfect school. Great AD, great sports school. You'll be very happy there.
I think part of what helped him make his decision is the fact that they did work with him and allow him to come and play in all those games, because he didn't want to let his team down and, you know, possibly lose another game.
Thank you.
Yeah, and like just to piggyback what his mother said, a lot of schools were like, listen, Tyrese, you're not going to school to play basketball, and you know we really don't care about short conference basketball games. And you know, I mean, if anybody knows Tyrese, I mean, you know what type of kid he is. He doesn't want to let anybody down, and he felt by going on his business that he was letting the team down because of what's at stake for basketball. And, you know, and Stony Brook was one of the few schools that saw that character in him. But like, you know, they just flat out said, his mother said, you know, when do you want to come? Whenever you want to come, because we played Mondon and Point Beach, you know, and that was number 1 versus 2. And they were like, whenever you want to come, you just let us know, we'll make it happen. And that weighed a lot on them. You know, that showed right then and there they really care about the person and not about just the athlete.
When did you make the decision?
Well, about a couple of days ago, you know, I came down to the wire.
So here's the big question. Where'd you get the Stony Brook hat?
It's funny.
You want me to answer it? I know some people who know some people. Well, believe me, it was harder than you think, though. I'll tell you that.
I can imagine.
That came down to the last minute, too. And it was kind of a surprise today when I got it for him. And, you know, again, I would bend over backwards for him. That's the type of kid he is. And if that's one thing I could do is get him a hat, and, you know, my job is done. Because, again, like I said, he's the one that's we're going to look back on this day, February 6, 2013, and he's the one that changed it all. Because he shows that a kid from Lakewood can do it. And, you know, there's a lot of kids in this room right now that I know for a fact can't wait to play football next year and honor AB honorable students, which that's what I'm proud of. Not only are they good in sports, you know, they're AB students, which is good, and they're younger kids. And his leadership is the one thing we're going to miss the most out of everything. Out of, you know, his personality, his skills, obviously, but his leadership is going to be just even as a school ambassador, not even on sports, just in the hallways and around school like that. It's going to be a big loss for our township.
Well, we want to thank everyone for coming down and sharing with Tyrese. We have some refreshments in the back. Again, this was very important for us to bring some of his teammates in here because we want them to see that this is an attainable goal. It can be done. And he has been an outstanding role model for his peers. You know, putting academics first, and what we are striving to do here is let kids know that they are student athletes. And I tell you, post word for that is Tyrice Beverette. Outstanding in the classroom, dedicated on the field, and his humility is second to none. Comes early, stays late, and I tell you, I know good things are going to happen. Once again, we thank you on behalf of Lakewood. We're very proud, and we're proud to have you here. There's refreshments in the back.